Smart automation, better business. Learn how to optimize your business with Solved.
Hi, my name is Emily Keller, and I am a Salesforce consultant, and I have helped a lot of RIA firms migrate and utilize Salesforce FSC. And I wanted to make this video to share what the top best practices are for those RIAs that they should follow when using Salesforce FSC. So I have 4 things that you should get right before you build, or ensure that if you are currently in Salesforce, that you are utilizing these. The first is data model and household setup. The second is integration strategy. Third is compliance by design. And fourth is to not rush discovery. So first is the data model and household setup. Salesforce FSC has a full 360 view, which is amazing, but it only works if the household model is set up correctly. So it is very critical that you have all of the family members' roles, the primary, the spouse, dependent, trustees, before each account gets loaded in. You want to make sure the financial account is linked to the household. This makes it so the advisor can see kind of the full picture and the full relationship there. And then same thing with configuring trusts or LLC and multi-generational structures. You want to make sure you do that up front. And this is because the rest of Salesforce FSC, a lot of the amazing features that come from it are based off of this. So this needs to be set up correctly with the primary member and the primary household. Once those are set up correctly, there are so many additional features that then become available to you. Another important thing is making sure those relationships are set up correctly is for data cleanliness. So advisors don't create duplicate accounts in here, but they can easily see this is the entire picture of this client. So very critical that that is set up correctly. Next is the integration strategy. So we have found that just starting with the custodian integration is the most important. What is most important in Salesforce is that the data inside is accurate. Advisors will stop trusting FSC the moment the data feels unsafe or inaccurate. So you want to make sure that that data is accurate. I've seen a lot of firms that will decide to hold off on the custodian integration. And I will say with that, it just makes things very messy if you're doing data imports, as data quickly becomes inaccurate and users don't want to follow along there. So it's very critical that you focus on that. You want to prioritize the integrations that keep the core client account and holdings data current over the nice to have connections. So there are a ton of integrations that are amazing with Salesforce FSC, but I would definitely focus and give highest priority to the custodian integration that you have. And then with each additional integration that you do, just make sure that you don't have conflicting or duplicate records. So you really want to make sure that each of those integrations are working together to give you the accurate data and accurate picture for your firm. Next is compliance by design. There are a lot of requirements for RIAs in respect to auditing, and so you want to make sure that you utilize the FSC out-of-the-box tools, but you want to make sure you have them turned on and set up correctly. They do require some initial setup, so you want to make sure you configure the field audit trail on your key fields. So that's any key account changes, goal updates, beneficiary changes. This makes it so you can see the previous version of that field value, when it was changed, who it was changed by, and what's the new version of that field. So it allows you just to keep track of it a lot easier. You also want to be able to retain history for up to 10 years. So making sure you keep that in your Salesforce. And then another cool thing you do is build dashboards that flag gaps. So there's a lot of features out here that can help you automate your compliance requirements. So be sure to utilize those. And not to sleep on any of the out-of-the-box FSC compliance things that are there for you. Lastly, and this is mainly for the initial, if you're initially starting into Salesforce FSC, but a thorough walkthrough of the current processes and pain points is essential for informing the right build. I've seen a lot of times where people rush through discovery, say, hey, we just want what everyone else has, thinking that every single RIA is the exact same, which is not the case. So you really want to make sure you walk through your current processes, nail down those pain points that your users are experiencing so that you can design a build in Salesforce FSC that works for your users. User adoption is actually one of the hardest parts of a lot of these implementation. And so the time spent understanding how users actually work pays off well beyond the go live. So just understanding their process, what they're going through every single day, and ensuring that you have a place for that in Salesforce. Salesforce FSC has a lot to offer, and so you want to make sure that you have what your users are expecting to do every single day available to them in Salesforce. I've also found this very helpful when budget or timeline is tight. The discovery can be very beneficial in that it can identify the highest impact area, so you can prioritize for maximum return. So really making sure that you get your money's worth. Obviously, we know timeline and budget can always be tight in there, so ensuring that you're focusing on what is most important is definitely the case. This also comes for any new builds that you're doing, potentially if you're already in FSC. Make sure you really don't rush the discovery. Take the time there to make sure you understand the current problem and process that you are trying to build out in Salesforce FSC. So those are the 4 tips that I have for you. If you get these 4 right, then FSC delivers on its promise and it can give you so much value. If you want help scoping your FSC build or have additional questions of how you can align your org with these best practices, please see the link below and see also additional videos that might be helpful.
Thank you so much for watching. We can't wait to help you automate your business. Please like, comment, or subscribe for more.